United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees described gender-based violence as sexual, physical, mental, and economic harm inflicted in public or in private. It also includes threats of violence, coercion, and manipulation. This means that gender-based violence can be conducted by anyone irrespective of their age. Parents, guardians, intimate partners are but a few of them.
Gender-based violence is any harmful acts that are directed to a person due to their gender. As it says, gender-based violence. So it's any violence that is based on someone's gender. For example, especially based on women. But nowadays it's more in women and in men.
Yeah, sometimes I could come home, yeah, without any cash, yeah, due to 1, 2, or 3. This made her call me names, made her insult me using abusive terms.
According to government data, 45% of women and girls aged between 15 to 49 years have experienced physical violence and 14% have experienced sexual violence. Many cases are never reported to authorities, and a few women get justice or even receive medical care. They noted that, in some cases, the perpetrators are close relatives, guardians, and or people living with the victims. Although there are a few statistics about gender-based violence amongst men, a lot of men have been undergoing abuse silently. In patriarchal societies, a man who has been exposed to this type of violence may be seen as a woman and given stereotypical gender roles definition because they believe that no man is allowed to be vulnerable. Felix, a casual laborer residing in Mathare North, narrates his ordeal.
It reached a point she started behaving weirdly. Yeah, I experienced that she was much into material things, especially money. So, being that I was obsessed with her, I could try as much as possible to meet her financial needs. Yeah, sometimes I could come home, yeah, without any cash, yeah, due to 1, 2, or 3. This made her call me names, made her insult me using abusive terms like shameless man and all that. So I always tried as much as possible to meet all that she wanted, to avoid all this chaos, to avoid all these insults. But later, as time went by, I learned that all the cash I was giving her, she could majorly spend them on drugs.
In June 2021, the government of Kenya promised to end gender-based violence, including sexual violence, by 2026. This was to be done by intensifying its campaign to end these violations. Even though this has been communicated, COVID-19 pandemic has been seen to be the major cause of gender-based violence. This is because a lot of disagreements arise as a result of the high cost of living.
There's a problem with what is happening in the society today because of a culture, because what the way a man was brought up, that a man has to be strong, a man has to be. So you find a man has lost his job, but cannot tell the wife that. So what happens? He wakes up in the morning, wears his suit like he's going to work, but he has no job. He goes to sit somewhere else. Of course, there's a lot of stress that will be building up. So of course, talking is very important. But how we can encourage men is to encourage them within themselves.
Kenya has recorded multiple gender violence cases, from the killing of Constable John Ogweno and Peter Ndwiga by their alleged lover cop, to Velvin Kinyanjui losing her life allegedly in the hands of her lover, to Sharon Otieno murdered in 2018. Gloria, who was harassed because of her gender as a mechanic, narrates her ordeal.
Nilikuwa tu kutafuta job na nilipata mimi ni mechanic by the way. So from garage to garage I would find so many men. So unasikia bosi anakwambia mtu kitu, ukipompea doa anakwambia lala na nini, alafu mtamtoa kitu. Then someone comes anakuja anachiki anakwambia mtamwambia nini kwa sababu alafu they're like nini nakutaka. Sasa unaona mimi napenda kwa nalala na nini na maneno kwa sababu na job on the next moment. So kuna sana patients like kama kuna shida kwa hiyo kwa internet ndio ndio ama.
In Kenya today, despite authorities in charge ensuring gender-based violence is eradicated, cases have been on the rise. It is therefore the duty of each and every citizen to ensure peace is achieved at all times.